All right, we're gonna try this again. I could not get the picture-in-picture working. Looks like the live stream issue thingy camera or whatever doesn't work the way I thought it would with the screen grab. So at this point right now, we're in the RV taking it out for a little joyride. Yeah, you get to watch me try to go over a huge causeway. This is the 528 causeway. We're going to try to go over. So I wasn't able to do picture-in-picture. I was trying to do picture-in-picture like the test we did last night, but I don't think it'll let me do picture-in-picture when I'm trying to run the camera as a camera. Which probably makes sense. I can't think too hard on it right now. I'm concentrating on driving. But I was trying to set up live streaming the screen like we did last night, and then putting it in camera mode. But evidently, it can't do that. So we're forced to going back to our normal mode here of basically you can either view the front, or you can view me back here in the RV. As you can see, we are inside good enough. And good enough is getting better and better. So I can't do picture-in-picture, but I can switch modes so you can see what's going on. You know, there's like 3 different modes. I don't know if you saw that. It had a close-up mode, it had a wide-angle mode, and now it's got the front-angle mode. So anyhow, we are getting ready to go over the bridge. I have the RV right now charging as I drive, and actually it seems to charge fairly fast. Okay, there's a lot of cars here, so if I get quiet for a minute here, it's because I'm concentrating. There are like a million cars all around me. Well, not a million. 2 or 3. But feels like a million. And now we're getting ready to go on the bridge, the causeway. So I'm gonna get quiet here. All right, that was scary. Okay, so we merged on and we're getting ready to hit that bridge. I know it doesn't look like much of a bridge on the camera, but it's huge. So we're going downhill right now. Getting ready to go uphill, which is the bridge. So we're going over the 528 causeway. I think there's one bridge that, 2 bridges that are higher than this. That is the 520 causeway and the Melbourne causeway. I'm currently doing 45 miles per hour. So that wasn't too bad. Kind of emergency vehicle here. One of the things I'm learning to do when I drive this big thing is kind of ignore the other people. When I say ignore, I mean not pay attention to them, and when they get mad if I go slow. I think it's better safe than sorry. So all these cars around me, nobody seems to be mad or anything. I think they expect this old RV to be going slow. So they're not like riding my tail. They're not huffing and puffing. They're not cutting in front of me and slamming on their brakes, doing stupid stuff. So that was my concern, is that, you know, because you're in a big rig, you're not that comfortable driving it. Other cars come up and they get angry at you and they start pulling stunts like cutting in front of you and slamming on their brakes, doing a brake check or something. But I haven't really had that happen. It seems most people, when they see this RV and it's old and raggedy looking, and it's going kind of slow, they don't seem to be getting mad. They seem to just be getting past me and then not behaving, not misbehaving. Let me put it that way. So I'm getting a little bit more confidence. And yeah, you can see we are actually taking the RV out this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to have it out the whole weekend because I got to run some errands with my wife. But I'm going to have it out for tonight. Possibly, I don't know. I might have to return it, then take it back out again tomorrow night. I don't know. But I was able to get most of the systems working, so this is going to be kind of a full-fledged test almost. I'm going to let this little black car up front get in. There's actually several causeways if you're up north in this area right here. We are currently on Merritt Island. I know you guys heard me talk about that. Merritt Island's that big, huge island that sits between mainland Florida and the Barrier Islands. We're getting ready to cross over from Merritt Island, which is what we're on right now, to the Barrier Islands. Highway A1A. Right now the road we're on is called State Road 528. It's known as the Beach Line. It used to be called the B Line. I guess my question is, now that I have the RV out, well, first off, one day when I get brave enough, I'm not brave enough right now, I might try to park it alongside the causeway. You know the causeway is the bridge itself. They have a little bit of a pullover. I might try to park there and try to camp. See if the police give me a hard time or not. That would allow me to sleep right on the causeway. I don't see very many people doing it. I've done it in my van, and the police didn't hassle me for one night, you know. I don't know if they would do that for the RV if I stayed there one night. Maybe it will help if I have a fishing pole. So that if the cop shows up and he says, you can't camp here overnight, I'll pull out the fishing pole and say, I'm fishing. Yeah, some people are saying go camp. They do that. I'm trying to remember who it was. I don't know if it was Kira. Connie or Kira sent me some links for some potential off-grid camping locations. So I might check them out. So you might see me doing some of that soon. One of the things I'd like to try to test with the RV is actually taking it on a road trip somewhere, like maybe even to St. Augustine. The issue though is they usually, to park the RV, they charge you for parking. And when you consider the price of the gas to take this RV up there, the cost of the gas as well as paying for the parking, it would be cheaper to travel in the minivan and get a nice hotel room. Those are just me running the numbers, trying to figure out what to do. So you can see we're going on another bridge, but I don't know if you can see the side of the road here. These are pullovers. You can kind of pull over and park your vehicle. The issue will be once I pull over on this RV, getting back on this road, this might be a little scary. Because people typically do 60, 70 miles on this causeway here. And you can see the side of the road there. It's kind of dirt road, and the edge of the drop-off that could cut your tires. That's what happened on Little Blue when I went off before it blew my tires. I might try it. The weird thing is I'm not really seeing other people do it. I've seen them pull over in their car or their van, but never an RV sitting out there. Maybe because it's going to be super dangerous. Wow, this wind's like really blowing the RV. This RV is almost like a kite. We are coming up on Port Canaveral. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna camera won't tilt anymore. I was gonna show you the Disney cruise ship. I'm debating. Do you guys want to go see the port in the RV? Do you guys want to see the Port Canaveral in the RV, or would you rather me go to a park somewhere? You gotta let me know real quick because I gotta make a decision here. You want me to go to a park? All right, then we're gonna skip the port. The port does have a park. And at the tip of this port, it's Jetty Park. They also have RV camping over there, which I might try to rent a spot one day or 2 days. Not this weekend though. This weekend is still kind of I'm still in process of getting the RV fully functional. So until I get the RV kind of done, I'm not really taking it out. Okay, so we're not gonna go to the port. We're gonna try to go to a park. Matter of fact, you know, rather than go to one of the old parks that I've gone to, there's like a nice park right here to the right. And then there's another park to the right up the road we could go to. It's that little park that I took you to that has the manatee statue and stuff. And I've seen people go there with their RV, you know, like a what do they call those? The Sprinter type RVs. The Class B, I think. But I think we're going to do something. I think Timothy might find this interesting, actually. Because Timothy's planning. Are you planning on coming down to Florida, to this area? I'll take you by Patrick Air Force Base. And we're going to try to park over there at the beach park. Actually, I'm going to stay on the slow lane until I get out of this area. So we're in a city called, this is Cape Canaveral. Okay, we passed Port Canaveral. This is Cape Canaveral right here. And this RV is a 1996. The cab itself is a 1995 Ford, I think it's a Ford F350 or E350. The RV itself is a 1996 Four Winds, 29-footer. The base will be coming up here shortly. Right now we're in Cape Canaveral. Once we pass Cape Canaveral, we're getting ready to leave Cape Canaveral here in a minute. You can see it says Port Canaveral. You can park your car here and get on the boat. There's like cruise lines that run out of here. Canaveral Cruise Lines as well as Disney. And the casino boat. I think they have construction coming up. But we're going to try to go to some of my locations that I went to when I first got in the van. I don't know if you guys remember that. When I first got in the van and I was trying to figure out what to do or where to go, I had gone to the beach side along here, along the strip, near Patrick Air Force Base. And that's where I'm thinking of going with the RV. I can park it, you know, I can do that, what do they call it, the glamorous RV life, where you have your RV out at the beach, right on the beach. So I'm going to park right on the beach, well, not on the beach itself, but right next to the beach. Maybe go out and walk around the beach and look around a little bit, hang out there for a couple hours. Yeah, it's like, I did it in the van, but the RV is like, heck, I got everything with me. Oh, I did get the frozen ice jugs. So I got 2 1-gallon water bottles, frozen, and some cranberry juice, frozen. So I have cold storage. That means Oh man, here's the potential problem. Maybe not really. Shopping for food, you know, it's like trying to pull into, I wouldn't trust taking the RV into Aldi's. You know, Aldi's parking lot might be a little too small for the RV. I may have to try to find a Walmart somewhere and go in there and buy some food. That way I can have it in the RV for the weekend, because I'll cook dinner tonight in the RV. I'll cook breakfast tomorrow. Maybe lunch. And then dinner. So I can buy, let me try to stop here. I can buy some food for the weekend and try to cook. So maybe we'll do a cooking thingy so you can watch me cook. But really, if I'm not out in the boonies, I can't really run the generator. I mean, I can run it, but I don't really want to run it in a parking lot somewhere, because it'll make a lot of noise. And it's a good way to make people mad at you. So, of course, the possibility exists that I could take the RV out to the compound. Then I could run the generator there, and we could actually cook. Did that, you know, we took the RV last time to the compound with my son a couple weeks back, and we cooked those ribs, but we didn't use the RV for cooking. We used that little stove pot thingy that I made, you know, I call it the little miniature rocket stove, but it's not really a rocket stove. It's more like a little wood burner stove, barbecue grill that we made using the pot, and we cooked the ribs on that, which was really delicious. But if I go out to the compound, then I can actually run the generator out there, because no one's going to complain about the noise out there. It's the middle of nowhere, and everybody else is making noise, you know, with their ATVs and their flying machines. So I don't think they'd have a problem with me running my generator. And with the generator out there, that means I can actually run the air conditioning. I can bake stuff, and I can even fry things. I can cook everything. So that's a potential. Don't know. The only concern I have is the compound is actually kind of far from here. I know when you guys watch the videos, things just pop up. It seems like I'm all over the place, and they seem like they're close, but they're not. Brevard County is this long shape. Like, you know how Florida is this long state that's really long? It takes like 13 hours. Florida alone takes like 13 hours to cross from north to, if you were on Key West and you wanted to get up to Pensacola area, you know, if you want to try to cross it that way, it takes like 13 hours of driving in Florida. Well, Brevard County is long too, and I think it takes almost 2 or 3 hours, 2 hours to cross Brevard if you go north and south. So Brevard is very long. And a lot of times when you watch my videos, you'll see me at the compound, and you see me at Cape Canaveral and stuff. I'm actually covering about 60, 70 miles. So far, so good. Nobody seems to be giving me a dirty stare as they come up alongside me or in front of me. Nobody's flipping me off. This is what it takes to build confidence. You got to be in traffic, and people have to not be mad at you. If people are mad at you, you're doing something wrong. I was just reading real quick. Somebody said they have a 4,800 watt generator that gives them 18 hours of runtime. That's really good. This this generator I have on here is 2800 watt, and in theory, from the specifications I could see on it, you know, from some the same model that has a different name on it, they just tag it, you know, with a different name, a different company on it. It says it'll run 13 or 14 hours on a at half power, but I don't think it's been running that long on here because of the leak. I don't know if I told you guys that it was leaking gasoline. So Timothy or somebody, I don't know what the heck is going on. There's fire or smoke. They're doing road construction here. I don't know if you can see all that cloud of smoke. Okay, this road that says Cocoa Beach Causeway coming up here. This is actually State Road 520. So a lot of times when you see van dwellers that come to this area, they end up crossing on 520 here. Down Ron John's is that, you see that colorful building that looks like a castle on the left there? That is Ron John's. They used to have a little shack-like building, but they tore it down and put up this big, weird, funky-looking building that looks like a pseudo castle. And that's Ron John's, and then next to it is I think the Four Seasons, which is Sheridan. And something that you should be aware of, there is parking here behind Ron John's. So if you went on here and turned behind Ron John's on the north side, which is the side closest to us right now, if you go to the back area, there's actually free parking there. If you didn't know that, then you go to those metered parking and you can end up paying. It's not as bad. You know, California metered parking for the beach is very expensive, or it was when I was last there. It was like $12, I think. It was like $12 to park. I think this area here, it's still like $3 or something like that. And you can park for a long time. But if you go to behind the Ron John's, towards the gazebo area where the showers are, you could pull in there and you can park for free. Now, if you're in a car or a truck or even a mini camper, it might be easier. Me pulling up in the RV, that might be kind of hard. So there's road construction, there's big trucks coming through, and I seem to be doing okay. If nothing else, I'm getting a little bit more experience dealing with this rig out in on actual roads and under actual conditions, you know, with construction. And actually, this is actually kind of a bad area because it's full of tourists. And tourists, they drive all crazy. You know, they drive crazy because they don't know the roads. But also, a lot of times, where there's tourists, they do weird stuff with the roads and the rules of the road. They do stuff weird on purpose. I think they try to make tourists get into accidents. Because it generates revenue for everybody, from the police, to the ambulance, to the hospital, to the lawyers. All right, we are in this city is called Cocoa Beach. If you're visiting this area, coming up here on our right, actually, there's several things that I can point out. And I might take us there. I don't know. There's Lori Wilson Park, which is, you've seen me at. Right here's a Dollar Tree that we're going by, which I can't pull in the RV. I could possibly pull into this public parking lot, but it's crowded. But coming up on the left is Lori Wilson Park, which is pretty neat. That's where you saw me go and take a shower out there on the beach, and that musician was playing his little piano. So, you know, if you come here, it's right here on the left coming up. I see buses or RVs parked. It looks like RVs parked out there. There are RVs parked out there. Yeah, this is a resort, or shuttle buses. So Lori Wilson Park is coming up on the left. On the right-hand side, just down the road a little bit of the ways, is Cocoa Beach Library. If you guys recall the really old episodes where I had my office on the beach side, I would sit in this little nice cozy office this was one of the libraries. This library isn't right on the beach. It's, across A1A. So it's this Great Florida Birding Trail. There's somebody's pulling up in a Class B RV to the Lori Wilson Park. I don't know if there's two parts to it. There's a north part and a south part. And there's also a dog park here. So if you have a dog, you can come here. I don't know if they charge you money or not, but I think it's free. There's like a little dog run where you can let your dog run with other dogs. So just make sure you have all your shots and everything, and all the paperwork. All right, so we passed Lori Wilson Park. Just giving some landmark in case you come here. There's going to be a Denny's here. Then, right when you pass the Denny's, coming up on this plaza right here is the library. I'm not going to go to the library, but the library you would take, well, you have the Space Coast Credit Union across this thing. Then you have Ace Hardware. This is where you could turn. You could turn in after the Ace Hardware Plaza right here by the liquor, ABC Liquor Lounge. And right behind here, right behind this area is the library. It's a really nice library. Now this is South A1A. Timothy, this is probably where Timothy's going to be coming, as Patrick Air Force Base is coming up. And Patrick has camping, like Timothy was saying, on the riverside. You'll be on the Banana River. Wait, let me see. The Banana or Indian River? You'll be on the Banana River side. Yeah, they don't have a lot of two-story houses around here because of the hurricanes. Blow them all down. Although Patrick Housing, when they put up the new houses, they did build two-story houses. But most of the houses around here are single-story, flat, ranch style. These houses here, I think most of them were built in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. If they didn't get torn down. New people have bought up the land and put up newer houses, and then you might see the two-story houses. South Patrick Housing and Central Housing. Wow, look at that nice RV there. It's an older, I don't know what model that is. It's one of those old ones that looks like a hot dog. Okay, I'm going to get into the left lane because I'm going to attempt to pull over here soon because we're almost at Patrick Air Force Base. Patrick Air Force Base will be on our right-hand side. On the left-hand side, that land is actually still federal land. It's the road we're going to be driving on is actually going through federal land, but they're letting civilians drive through it. So we're actually on Patrick Air Force Base. So what's interesting is while I'm there at the beach side, if the police pull over, come on over, it'll be military police. So they do patrol, the military police patrol that area. So it's kind of interesting. You'll be, all civilians sitting out there, and then military police come and hassle you. No, actually, they don't really hassle you. I think you get less hassle from military police than you do civilian police. Now that I think about it. It's like civilian police, I think they get bored or something. I don't know. The military MPs, they don't really do much, you know. Like, I've seen them on the beach, and what I've seen them do is they come over, they park their police cars, then they walk onto the boardwalk and look around at people. Then they get back in their car and leave. I haven't really seen them go up to anybody to question them or anything. There's a nice RV there. Two-story house, one of the newer ones. These houses around here used to be not very, but they used to be fairly cheap. This whole area was kind of run down and cheap. Then I guess all the Californians, because their housing prices went crazy, a lot of Californians moved to Florida because the climate is similar. And the prices here, they went crazy. Okay, houses here on the beach side, you used to be able to buy a house here for about $70,000 or $80,000 on the beach. $70,000 or $80,000, not right on the beach, but these houses we're driving through. Like my parents bought their house for, I think, $69,000, $79,000. And then when the housing boom hit, those houses were going for more than $450,000. The house that you buy for less than $100,000 going for $450,000, because the Californians and the people from up north and elsewhere, for them it was a house here for under $500,000 that's right on the beach or next to the beach. I mean, all you have to do is eat and you're at the beach. And all these condos, condos and hotels you see on the left-hand side here, they used to not exist. There used to be a rule. They had some kind of law around here, local ordinance, that did not allow buildings higher than 2 stories be built. And I guess somebody knew certain people and paid off certain people, but suddenly all these condos started popping up on the side of blocking the river. I mean, not the river, the ocean. So the Atlantic is actually on our left. The Atlantic Ocean is on our left right now, being blocked. So here we are at Patrick Air Force Base. You can see the sign on the right there with the Air Force wings. This is U.S. Air Force, Patrick Air Force Base. I used to live here. My dad was stationed here at the command post. So over here, I think on this side. And on the left used to be billeting. Okay, I am going to attempt to come over here if I can. This is called Tables Beach. 45th Space Wing. United States Air Force. And there's like a Class A RV there. We're the only 2 people out here. Nobody else is here, which is good. It's because it's winter. You know, this is Florida winter. So we got a Class A, and they're just chilling. I gotta do a 3-point turn here. I'll just park here. Yeah, I'm gonna turn around. Let me think. I'm gonna turn around in case I have to get out. In case there's suddenly a rush and people decide to show up. I want to make sure I can. What was that noise? I think I hit a bottle or something. There was a bottle on the road, and I think I just ran over it or hit it. All right. These big bushes you see here are called sea grape. And they actually produce this little grape-like thingy that you can eat. They're really bitter, though. And here I am, parked and ready to rumble. Okay. Well, we survived our first joyride. I'm gonna take you guys out so you can look and see everything with me. But yeah, we survived our joyride in the RV. Let me check the power. I do have my little red thingy here. I put my console here, so in honesty, this thing stays on. So if I wanted to, I could plug it in and keep things cold while I'm driving. I could even plug it into the house battery system and have like a chilled cooler. You can see we got kind of a mess here. I picked up a Cuisinart convection oven for free. It says free, works. I saw it, and somebody was tossing it, so I took it. So I'm thinking of upgrading my little red toaster oven right there, the little one that I bought from Goodwill. So I'm thinking of upgrading that thing with the convection oven, the Cuisinart. That thing I bought it for like, what was it, $7? Cuisinart I got for free. And this Cuisinart model I looked up was like between $80 to $150, depending on where you buy it. So supposedly a better model, a better unit. We'll see if it actually works better. I need to look at the amp usage though, the wattage on it. If it's way higher than the other one, it might be better to keep the little one. Because the little one we've used for everything. But I'm thinking if I have convection, it'll cook faster. Okay, so this is switch, just like little blue. That's it. I disconnected the two batteries. I had this on just for the meter. So right now I have this other switch here connected, and what this does is the battery banks, the front 100 amp to the unit under here, which is another 300 amps. So I have 400 amp hours of power, and it's only reading 12.6. So it didn't get fully charged. Or it did, and there may be a draw on it. I wonder if I fried it somehow when I tried to start the air conditioning up. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be going 12.8, even though they're all brand new batteries. So anyhow, I'm going to turn off the inverter because this does use power, even when you're not, I don't have anything plugged in. But the fact that it's on uses power. So we're going to turn it off to conserve power. System right now, with this plug right here, this is available. I actually have running alongside, up, over, and hiding. You can barely see it, and it'll be hidden even better. I don't know if you can see it down there, but it goes around behind the bed, and it actually plugs into the RV's power port. The power plug that you would plug in when you move in, when you park your RV at an RV park. Turn it on right now, and when I do that, see the battery, my laptop battery, let's see how it's lit right there. It's charging. It's plugged in. The TV here, it works. The RV is like off-grid. Like, I wanted to make it like this so that I didn't have to let me turn the TV on right now. Basically, I can just pull over. Everything's working like a house. All I have to do is just connect the battery and have it on. Okay, so let's try to mute this.
What's up, Vegas? Here's my deal.
How do you mute this guy?
It's gotta be PG.
All right. So you can see TV's working. Computer works. I can actually even work the microwave if I wanted to, but obviously if I was going to run the microwave, I would not want to run while I'm running that. But to be honest, using the microwave is very power intensive. It's worth it maybe if I have my kids and they want popcorn. But honestly, cooking wise, I don't really see myself using the microwave too much. It just uses a lot of energy. And I do have electricity that I can use to cook. And to be honest, where I am right here, right now, with nobody here, I could run my generator and cook and do whatever. And actually run the air conditioner if I wanted to. There's nobody here. So nobody's going to complain. It is federal. If anyone shows up, it'll be military police. You can see the base. You can't see it through this window, but base housing is right there. The military police, and they won't really hassle me unless they see me camping here. If I'm here in the daytime, sitting here all day, they're not going to do anything. If I stay here all night, I'll get a knock. Sir, you can't do that. It's like, why not? Anyhow, let me turn all this off. And, I better turn the TV off too. Don't want to just waste power here. But literally, I can just sit down, chill, and watch TV. I can run my computer now. I'm going to be getting a printer, and then that means I can set up a little office so I can actually start to do some work. And, when I look at all this stuff, I know that some of you remember how bad it was just even at last year at this time. I cannot emphasize how much gratitude I feel for Timothy, Connie, who else? Elizabeth, um, and all the other people that have contributed for this to happen. It started with little Blue falling apart. We did not even envision any of this. I didn't envision it. Let me turn off the power here, but it was probably less than a year ago. Blue was it looked like Blue was on her last leg, having some major issues again. And then I guess one of the viewers suggested doing a GoFundMe to try to get me into a new vehicle, either a new van, and we were talking about what type of van or something, or possibly an RV, but mostly considering a van. Then I saw Good Enough for $1,200, and it was a mess. I mean, if you want to know how much of a mess it was, go back and look at those videos. When I look at it, I get overwhelmed sometimes. I look at how the ceiling was all missing and the walls were all missing and bad. Things were just everywhere and a mess. And it's still a mess right now, but a mess in the sense that man, everything's all over the place. Anyhow, we are going to try to go out and look around. This is Patrick. I think this is North Housing. Still, yeah, we're at North Housing. So, got the Class A. We are the only ones. Right over there is the gazebo with the bathrooms and stuff. So if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you could. You can also shower up there. If I wanted to, I could hop in and take a free shower. Although it's a little bit chilly. It's a little bit on the cool side. My lights. I see my lights are on. All my lights are on. I forgot to turn it off. Right now I have a little piece of plastic over that bulb, that exposed bulb. So all my lights are working. But the RV, remember that white cable that was inside that hooks up to the inverter? So on the other end is, this goes to the inverter. On this end, I have it plugged into an adapter cable. That's the adapter cable right there, the other end. So it takes 120 volt input, which is a 15 amp, and it converts the tip to a 30 amp RV connection. Then I take plugged it into that adapter. So the unit is self-contained right now, and I'm generating my own power through the inverter. This battery, the lights and stuff are coming on from the vehicle's own starter. You can see all the runner lights are working. Indicator is working, but I think it may be a relay issue. So all lights are working. I just need to turn it off. And I should probably lock this up. Although I don't know. I don't really foresee anybody coming here to steal my RV. Yeah, there's nobody here. Up here. Make sure I got a key to get in. All right, we got the keys. We're gonna be able to get back in. Otherwise, I lock myself out. I'm screwed. Okay. All lights are off. I don't have my microphone, so I apologize for any wind noise.